Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to Shloka Day. Today's Shloka number 43 of chapter 1. Utsanna kula dharmanam
Utsanna kula dharmanam
Manushyanam janardana
Manushyanam janardana
Narake niyatam vasaha
Narake niyatam vasaha
Bhavati tyanushruma.
Bhavati tenusushruma.
Word for word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Utsanna,
Utsanna,
spoiled.
spoiled.
Kula dharmanam,
Kula dharmanam,
of those who have the family traditions.
of those who have the family traditions.
Manushyanam,
Manushyanam,
of such men.
of such men.
Janardana,
Janardana,
O Krishna.
O Krishna.
Narake,
Narake,
in hell.
in hell.
Niyatam,
Niyatam,
always.
always.
Vasaha,
Vasaha,
residence.
residence.
Bhavati,
Avadi,
it so becomes.
it so becomes.
Iti,
Iti,
thus.
thus.
Anushruma,
Anushruma,
I have heard by disciplic succession.
I have heard by disciplic succession.
Translation. O Krishna,
O Krishna,
maintainer of the people,
maintainer of the people,
I have heard by disciplic succession
I have heard by disciplic succession
that those whose family traditions are destroyed
that those whose family traditions are destroyed
dwell always in hell.
dwell in always in hell.
So Arjuna is continuing to make his argument. So Prabhupada writes, Arjuna bases his argument not on his own personal experience, but on what he has heard from the authorities. That is the way of receiving real knowledge. One cannot reach the real point of factual knowledge without being helped by the right person who is already established in that knowledge. There is a system in the Varnashrama institution by which, before death, one has to undergo the process of atonement for his sinful activities. One who is always engaged in sinful activities must utilize the process of atonement called prayaschitta. Without doing so, one surely will be transferred to hellish planets to undergo miserable lives as the result of sinful activities. So Prabhupada is saying, if we've at all committed any sinful activities, then all of us must undertake some prayaschitta for all those activities that we have committed that goes against the laws of the Lord. But then what's the point of observing some prayaschitta if you're going to go back and do the same thing again? So if you continue to engage in sinful activities, Prabhupada is writing, then certainly you will get transferred to the hellish planets. Here His Grace Chaitanya Prabhu writes that actually in Hindu culture, in Vedic culture, the concept of hell is not permanent. Whereas in Christianity and in Islam, they have a firm belief that if you're condemned to hell, you live there forever. There's just no chance for you to ever get out of hell. But that's not the belief system in Vedic culture. In the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna states that destroyers of dynasties will be condemned to live in hell forever. Is the Gita stating the idea of eternal damnation present in some religions? So the other religions call this eternal damnations. Once you're damned forever. No, this statement reveals a nuanced meaning appreciated only when seen in the broader context of the Gita's worldview. The Gita mentions that the whole material world is temporary. As hell is also a part of the world, it too is temporary. Very logical, right? If the entire universe is temporary and it gets wound up at some time, since hell also exists within the universe, just as heaven also exists within the universe, then certainly hell is temporary. If hell itself doesn't exist forever, how can anyone be condemned to hell forever? Further, the next verse, which is in the 8th chapter, 16th shloka, asserts that no place in this world offers everlasting residence. From all places, one has to come back, meaning that people come back from hell too. That means you have an opportunity to get out of hell, redeem yourself in some way. What then does hell forever mean? It conveys the gravity of destroying dynasties and wrecking the world's social and spiritual order. This misdeed is so terrible that its reaction, being condemned to hell, will seem unendingly long for the sufferer. So, does Arjuna believe that hell is forever? No. But hell is such a place that even a minute of suffering may seem like 10,000s and thousands of years. So, in that context, Arjuna is using this phrase, even a minute of suffering can seem and to be an eternity. So this misdeed is so terrible that its reaction, being condemned to hell, will seem unendingly long for the sufferer. The hell forever usage is thus non-literal. Like the scriptural usage of Atmaha, the scriptural usage of Atmaha happens in the Ishopanishad. In the Ishopanishad, it says that those who do not worship the Lord are actually condemning their own soul to be killed. But we know in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says the soul cannot be killed, it is eternal, it always exists, it will exist tomorrow, it existed yesterday. So what's the meaning of the Ishopanishad use of the word Atma, killer of the soul? It simply references to the fact that if you're only interested in material activities, your own sense gratification, then you're literally depriving your soul of being connected to Krishna. So when you deprive your soul, actually we are saying your soul, actually soul is only you. So that means if you're depriving yourself of Krishna, are you not committing suicide then? Though their soul is indestructible, this usage underscores that they destroy their spiritual potential by their unfettered materialism. That means the chances of the soul performing some spiritual activity or through this body being engaged in some spiritual activity reduces if you're only chasing material things. The non-literality of the hell forever statement stems, most importantly, from the Gita's revelation of God's nature. Krishna is not a wrathful judge. Wrath means anger. Somebody who wants to take revenge. So Krishna is not a wrathful judge who casts the faithless to the fires of hell forever. He is a merciful guide who in his super soul manifestation accompanies all living beings, even the faithless, forever. Even if you reject Krishna, Krishna is always there with you. Far from casting people to hell, he accompanies them even when they, due to their misdeeds, go to hell. So that means if you've committed so many sinful activities and your next destination is hell, Krishna doesn't abandon you. He's still there with you even in hell as Paramatma. And he helps them there and everywhere else to make right choices by which they can attain his eternal abode and become happy forever. So what is forever is not hell. What is forever is Krishna's love. But anyway, you can see that Arjuna is very concerned. And he's saying, Krishna, I'm not making up a story here. I myself have heard this from senior Vaishnavas, that if you don't maintain family traditions, then you are condemned to live in hell. So Arjuna is thinking so far ahead about what will happen to all these people, the leftover families with all the women. They may have to take a trip to hell. And therefore he's worried about this particular situation or being a contributor to this particular outcome, a potential outcome.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.